In case you've been living under a rock and haven't heard, rapper Kanye West and stand-up comedian Pete Davidson have been beefing recently. The pair's issues started shortly after Davidson started dating Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. Today, we'll look into what Davidson has to say about this whole incident after he spilled what it's like dealing with the rapper and his obvious jealousy issues. Let's dive in. First, understanding the history. Although Pete Davidson has had an on-screen presence for quite some time now, he's been thrown into the spotlight because of his relationship with the famous celebrity Kim Kardashian West. In March of this year, Kim Kardashian called it quits with her husband of 7 years, Kanye West. The pair have 4 children together. According to Kim, the reason behind their divorce was that the two were just too different. In an interview for Vogue, Kim further explained this, talking about how she always wanted to live to make others happy, but has now decided she wants to live for her own happiness too. Some months later in October, after Kim was featured on Saturday Night Live, the duo began their relationship, and this is where things start to get pretty messy. Both Kim and Pete began posting each other on social media in mid-2021, and although lots of their fans were excited and happy about the post, there was one individual who couldn't seem to handle it, Kanye West. In November of 2021, West appeared at the Los Angeles Mission's annual Thanksgiving event. While there, he spoke about his ex-wife and relationship. He went on to talk more about how in the past he publicly did and said things that hurt his ex-wife, and at the end of the event asked the crowd to pray for him and his family. Shortly afterward, West posted a 5-minute prayer to Instagram in which he spoke about his deteriorating mental health, broken marriage, and lots of other topics. Many found this to be pretty inappropriate though, since such sensitive topics usually shouldn't be aired out on social media for millions of people to see. Despite contesting efforts to reconcile their marriage, Kim didn't go back and stayed in her relationship with Pete, reiterating that the two were just too different to be in a relationship. But Kanye still kept going. It was reported that shortly after Christmas of 2021, West had purchased a $4.5 million home that was just across the street from where Kim Kardashian was living with her children. Earlier this year, Kanye too had actually gotten in a new relationship with actress Julia Fox, and yet he still couldn't stop talking about his ex-wife, which could have been a reason why the duo ended their whirlwind relationship only after 6 weeks. Next, the Easy music video. Earlier this year, Kanye released his new studio album titled Donda 2. One of the tracks in the album takes a few digs at his ex-wife and new lover. The song Easy contains lyrics such as, "God save me from that crash, just so I can beat Pete Davidson's ASS." Here, Kanye's referring to a near-fatal car accident he was in all the way back in 2022. Other lyrics include, "We having the best divorce ever. If we go to court, we'll go to court together. Matter of fact, pick up your sis. We'll go to courts together," which is of course a reference to the pair's divorce and has a mention of Kim's sister, Kourtney Kardashian. However, the messiest part of all of this is when Kanye released the music video for the song. The video was released in March and shows shocking depictions in claymation of Kanye burying Pete. Another scene towards the end shows Kanye picking up the roses he placed on Davidson's skull in the previous scene to transport the bouquets of flowers. This scene was most likely a reference to what had happened on Valentine's Day, when Kanye had tons of bouquets delivered in the back of a pickup truck to Kim's house. Now onto the feud with Kim Kardashian. Although Pete is definitely catching lots of the heat in the feud, Kanye has some words for his ex-wife as well. On Instagram, the rapper made multiple posts talking about Kim's parenting. In one post, Kanye talks about how apparently his daughter Northwest is being put on TikTok by her mother against his will. He states that he believes it's inappropriate for his 8-year-old daughter to be on social media. Kim, who had been pretty quiet throughout all of Kanye's episodes, responded by saying the comments made by her ex were very hurtful and that North was on TikTok because it makes her happy. Kim also makes it clear that she supervises her daughter's account, contrary to Kanye's claims. We all know he has a history of outbursts. This isn't the first time Kanye has done crazy things like post emotional outbursts on his social media about sensitive matters or making a music video in which he buries his ex-wife's boyfriend. In the past, Kanye has acted boldly and inappropriately. For example, in 2007, he publicly claimed that he would never come back to the MTV Awards because Britney Spears had been chosen to open the show rather than him. Another time, he claimed that he was like Hitler during a performance, saying that he's misunderstood right now. But eventually, people will get him and all the things he's doing. So yeah, this isn't the first time the guy has done something bold. Let's talk about Pete's comments. Of course, after having to deal deal with all of Kanye's actions, he definitely had some things to say. The comedian performed a stand-up show in May as a part of the Netflix's A Joke Fest, in which he addressed all of this. He talked about how he had an, quote, AIDS scare, unquote, this year, but not because of any of his own actions, but rather because Kanye told him he had AIDS. Davidson jokingly mentioned how Kanye, the famous womanizer, was for sure to be trusted on his opinion. Later on in his stand-up performance, he said that this whole mess was pretty weird to go through, stating that even his older friends get a little confused when giving him advice, and eventually say to him, well, good luck. It's obvious from his comments from his performance that Davidson doesn't really seem to know what to make of this sudden attack, but also wants to brush it off and not let it get to him. Pete definitely has not been like Kanye in this whole timeline, in the sense that he's kept everything pretty low-key so far and hasn't really said much apart from these few comments. So where do the two stand today? Where do Kanye and Pete stand today? Well, we are not 100% sure, but we do know that the two actually texted one another about all of this. In released screenshots, we can see Pete telling Kanye to come to meet him in person so they can talk things out. However, later on in the text conversation, it gets heated, and we could see Davidson tell Kanye, "You don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so PY and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily." So perhaps all is not resolved between the two. Next, in other related news, Kim Kardashian appears at the Met Gala in the infamous Marilyn Monroe dress. In case you missed it, this year's Met Gala took place on May 2nd, and the theme was gilded glamour, which certainly leaves lots of rooms for interpretation. At the event, Kim Kardashian appeared in the iconic Happy Birthday Mr. President dress worn by Marilyn Monroe. According to Kardashian, she decided to go with this look because Marilyn Monroe was the most American thing she could think of. The theme also takes from New York's Gilded Age, which was when excess and grand fashion was the fashion sense from 1870 till 1900. Although there was lots of positive feedback, not everyone was too happy with the look. Bob Mackie, who is one of the fashion designers who sketched the iconic dress, said that Kim Kardashian wearing the dress to the Met was a big mistake. He claimed that the dress was only made for Monroe specifically, and therefore no one else could be photographed in the dress. Kanye drops children off at school in a fire truck. On a lighter note, fans got to see Kanye spend some time with his children during the episode released on May 17th for Hulu's show The Kardashians. In the endearing scene, we see the rapper turning the usual activity into something more fun for his kids. We see his children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm, coming out to their driveway to see a large red fire truck that Kanye had hired to take the kids to school. The kids all seem excited about this. Kim's then shown asking them what they think of all this, and the kids all exclaim that they're definitely excited. You can watch the full episode on Hulu, which is episode 6 of the show. Pete and Kim may temporarily move to Australia. The Saturday Night Live star has recently managed to pick up an impressive role, as he's being cast in the upcoming Wizards film. The filming will take place in Queensland, Australia, however, and it seems that Kim Kardashian doesn't want to stay without her boyfriend. We aren't exactly too sure how long the filming may take, but it seems that Kardashian will be staying with Pete for the entire duration of filming overseas. That's a wrap for this video. What do you guys think about the feud between Pete and Kanye? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.